I didn't hear you.
The Colonel
No,
is here.
I don't want to interrupt when y'all are talking and be rude. I was letting y'all talk.
Trust me, on this conversation, there's no such thing as being rude.
Yeah.
So if I'm understanding you, Phil, you're saying that you're objecting to it being a law. It should just be an advisory, not a law.
Correct.
So you'd be happy to wear a mask if it was an advice, or you wouldn't be happy
Yes.
to wear a mask?
Yes. Because I'm an intelligent person, and I do realize that if I have the virus, any virus actually,
Yeah.
that my spittle can be transferred to someone else, even though the
As
cloth
Trudeau calls
mask-
it, speaking moistly.
Yes. But then again, once you wear the mask, it's full of spittle,
Yeah.
and then it becomes, it's just there's too many variables to actually say, is this law doing any good? In fact, there are states where people are not required to wear a mask, and they're doing far better than places like Los Angeles, Chicago, and New York.
You're talking about like Mississippi.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Mississippi are so far behind on all that stuff. They don't have any mandates. They're like, whatever, yeah. Bang bang. Yeah. They're just hanging out with their families, drinking some malt, liquor.
Yeah.
Smoking weed, shooting their guns. They're all good. They're happy.
Watching NASCAR.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're good. They're good with it.
I'm just really sad that football season is being pretty much delayed.
Oh, fuck football.
You know what? No. That has been my whole thing this whole time. I'm like, but football. What am I going to do with my winters? What joy is winter going to bring me without football or fall?
Those assholes disrespecting the country that gave them everything that they have, and it's like they take a knee to it.
No one on the Saints took a knee.
Thank you. We just get paid to hit people.
They do. I mean, they work. It's a job. They work for an employer, and I say fuck the employers because they're allowing them to do it. They don't have to.
Some pretty strong opinions here for the beginning of the show.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not even giving my opinions. I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut.
Good, because I'll come over there and bitch slap you.
It's okay. We can bitch slap each other, but we'll still love each other at the end, and maybe we'll have a little bit of excitement in our life.
Now, if you want to spank, that's a different story. I'm all for that.
Oh, can we not just tick all the boxes?
Come here.
Oh, baby.
I'll show you a good time. We can argue about politics while I spank you.
Oh yeah. Tell me what's wrong. Okay, all right. We've got it out of our system. Let's go live and let people come in.
We've been live.
We've been live this whole time.
Are you kidding me?
No, you said let's go live, and he said okay.
Let's go live, and we went live.
I haven't even played the intro music yet.
Do we have the intro lined up? Let's play that and shortly go up to a loss already. Okay.
All right. Here's the intro. See your daughter, rather young and sweet, or like the
radio so young.
Sausage on a bun.
Sausage in the bun. Right, yeah. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this week's edition of the Squatchable Podcast, where we talk politics, sexual harassment, and babies and batter, if you're lucky. Joining me as always, the man, the myth, the legend, Phil Pulling. Phil, welcome to the show. It's just, okay. And joining us from the land of Jerry the King Lawler, the real king, not that other guy, Nikki.
Yeah. What's up?
And from the swamps of Louisiana, fresh from his battle with the Rougarou, Chubbs. Chubbs, welcome to the show.
Greetings to everyone.
Hello, Colonel.
Chubbs is the one of the beacon of professionalism.
Right, he was just keeping his mouth shut. He's like, Nope.
No.
Mm-mm.
If you enjoy Chubs, if you enjoy Power Breakdown, or if you enjoy the honey ducklet tones of Nikki Slick, you may enjoy the badly drawn misadventures of two Bigfoot. Head on over to Bigfooting with Keith and Colin, where this week I've got two good ideas. Colin is going to accidentally sell his soul to the devil, but who's going to lose out in that deal? And the Goojwee is introduced, and nobody's really sure what he is. So we're going to move with those two plans. It was a bit dry last week. I ran out of ideas on Wednesday, and the last few were a little. But you know what? I've done 3,000 other things. I'm allowed enough today. Without further ado, I am your host, Richard Allen. Let's get on with it. Our first story comes from the Idaho Hillbilly. Idaho is one of the top states for Bigfoot sightings. I loved this. I'm not ashamed to admit it. If there's one thing that's going to get me, it's a good old Southern boy sitting down, reading a paper, and telling me facts about Bigfoot.
Outside of his camper.
Outside of his camper, I absolutely adored this video.
It was super cute. He seems like he's having a lot of fun. Like, I don't know, he read that almost in a totally sarcastic kind of tone. Like, yeah, okay. But that was great.
Like, deadpan came so naturally to him. It just wasn't it. Look, he's just sitting there. He's just going to read from that paper. That's what he's going to do.
I just love the entire aesthetic.
I absolutely adored this video.
That's a trailer house, not a camper. That is it looks like some place he lives or something.
Yeah, I know. It's really close to being one of those Twinkies, trailer houses. Yeah.
That's what I thought.
It's quality. He talks about the statistics about being all compared and how Idaho comes out as one of the top states for Bigfoot sightings. I saw a map earlier in the week which confirms that. Washington, of course, has the most, but Idaho's up there, and it's a good video, and I generally enjoy it.
I think the whole thing was false advertising. He advertised himself as, what is it, the Idaho Hillbilly, and yet he can read.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Boom. Oh,
I didn't see any dip in his mouth,
no chew in his lip, nothing like that.
It doesn't seem, despite the aesthetic, it doesn't seem very hillbilly-esque.
I'm going to just apologize to all Southerners watching this on behalf of my co-hosts who are just abject racism.
Listen, what did you think of I'm a redneck. Listen.
Hey, don't go there. I'm actually, I love the everyone from the south of the Mason-Dixon. Those guys rock. Seriously.
We love you too.
Mm-hmm.
As a denizen of one of Louisiana, is pretty far south, isn't it? What do you think, Chubbs?
I do agree that the video was well put together. You got some music and illustrations, and he does read it very well to where you're not bored watching it. But I will say he talks a lot about getting the info from the BFRO, and I don't think that's like the best place to get your info as far as sightings go, because I've not heard all the greatest things about people trying to give their reports to them. But other than that, I thought it was great.
Then you raised a good point there. I wasn't bored at all, even though it's just him sitting there talking. I wasn't bored at all during this video. I watched it beginning to end, and I was quite sad when it was over. We had the Mustards last week, which was the same experience. I really enjoyed their podcast. Mm-hmm. This guy's getting a like and probably a subscribe from me.
Yeah,
I would say that was well deserved. I do like the Idaho Hillbilly. I think he's got a certain style to him, and it's kind of rare in the YouTube community to have someone that's on the level and pretty honest about what he's doing. It's right up front. Mm-hmm. He makes no weird claims or anything. He just tells it the way it is. He's reading it the way it is. And now the BFRO thing, though, Colonel, I have to disagree a little bit. The BFRO is kind of like the Wikipedia of Bigfooting, but in there they do gather information. They do have some investigators go out and investigate.
Right.
So I'm saying, yeah, can you take it with a grain of salt? Sure, you can. But I think for the most part, if you take it as a whole, it's actually a good resource.
Yeah, it is a good place to get info from, but I just don't think it's the definitive place. Not that,
No.
but we also don't have a definitive place.
No, we don't.
So it's a good place to start.
Yep. So as I said, he's getting a like and a subscribe. Phil, do you have a commercial lined up for us?
Oh, yeah, you caught me with my shorts down. Hold on here. A new sponsor.
We've got a new sponsor.
Yeah.
Excellent. Everyone loves.
Yeah, New Zealand decks and New Zealand deck covers and deck.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for them.
Oh, that's not it.
The intro. That's the intro, Phil.
Is it?
If you're like me, you find it very hard to keep your dick dry. I left my dick unprotected and it was warped out of shape in no time. I could barely recognize my own dick. Imagine that. Then I discovered Schaefer's New Zealand style dick sealant. The best way to take care of your dick in 3 easy steps. First, wash your dick with soap and water. Then wait for your dick to dry. Once your dick is clean and dry, paint your dick with Schaefer's dick sealant. I used to be too embarrassed to invite people over to see my dick. But now, my dick's the talk of the town. I even have pictures of my dick. Check out that dick. I'm going to send this to my secretary. Barbara always loves to receive my dick pics. After all, summertime is all about spending time on your dick. I'll often have 20 to 30 people on my dick at once. That can really wear your dick out, causing dick splinters and discoloration. But with Schaefer's dick sealant, my dick stays a nice golden brown colour. Who wouldn't want a golden dick? I used to never let children anywhere near my dick. My dick was too dangerous for kids to play on. But it seems like every kid in the neighbourhood's been on my dick this summer, and they've all had a good time. My dick's over 70 years old, but it looks brand new. That's part of the reason all my neighbours are jealous of my dick. Isn't that right, Jum? Yes, you've got a nice dick, okay? His wife is always on my dick, begging me to know the secret of my perfect dick. If you like Schaefer's dick sealant, check out Schaefer's New Zealand style cock. I had a huge hole in my dick, but I fixed it by jamming some cock in it. You'd be surprised how many things you can fix by jamming cock into them. Have an extra large hole in your dick? Try Schaefer's African style cock. Just go to your local home improvement store and ask for the big black cock. Schaefer's New Zealand style dick sealant. Don't put it on your penis.
Yes, I hate splinters on my deck.
Some good advice. Some good advice.
Yeah, oh yeah, deck splinters are horrible. You get out there in bare feet, it's bad.
It was bad.
So, like, of all the messages from all the fans I ever get, the main one is that they love our commercials. And can I just take this opportunity to announce my searing resentment for that fact? But that was a quality commercial.
I love that
great.
one.
If you've got any questions, feel free to chime off in the chat. We've got an unusual number of viewers right now.
Except for me. Don't ask me any questions.
Don't
I'll
ask Phil anything. Phil will just give it just straight, and no one wants that. But yeah, any questions, chime off in the chat. Our next video, of course, comes from the one, the only Dr. Matthew Johnson. Now, I'm going to say nothing.
Nope.
Say nothing. I have written a blog about this man for 2 years. I've said all that needs to be said. One of our co-hosts has a lot to say about this video. I'm going to turn it over to her. Nikki?
Why? I told you not to. So Matthew Johnson, this is like 36 minutes long. And he starts out by talking about how he did a interview with, what is it, Odyssey?
Bigfoot Odyssey.
Bigfoot Odyssey. And I guess he thought it went wonderful. And then a couple weeks later, some other guy who I don't know, because I haven't listened to Bigfoot Odyssey. I don't know if that's a horrible thing that I haven't done that or not. But people apparently wrote to Matthew and were like, oh my gosh, is this guy drunk? You know, was he high on drugs? Does he have psychological issues? And essentially, Lance just said this is the guy with the brain injury. Okay, are we talking about Matthew Johnson?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so anyway, he spends 36 minutes to basically say that to buy his books, and and explain the different types of Sasquatch, and that he's being manipulated. So, of course, Matthew Johnson's interview is better than this other guy's. There's a lot going on, like throughout the whole video. I have an entire page full of notes. I'll let other people go first.
Mm.
You want a nice drinking game? Every time he asks you to buy his books, take a shot.
Or
and if you
survive,
and should
Or better
you survive,
yet, take a few shots before you even start to watch the thing. But no, I got to the point where he was talking about healing people with cancer, and how he takes people out, and and he's the great, the Sasquatch family is a great healer and all of that. And I'm like, here we go. I can just see it now. He's gonna ask for big bucks to have people go out there and have the Bigfoot Squatches heal them. I see that coming, and I just turned it off at that point.
Yeah, see, they cured his diabetes. He said it exactly like that, by the way.
Diabetes.
Chubs before I go into a diatribe.
No, I don't like the man. I mean, that's just Colonel. Is there anything positive you can say about this?
Well, let me try. Well, one, the other person they're talking about is his name is Mark. He's from the channel Trail to Bigfoot. They're from Florida. They actually, Tim Fasano caught them on his trail camera. That's how close they were. But he is a very down-to-earth guy. If you watch their channel, they don't do drugs or anything like that. And he was given his real experience. He got very emotional. And I don't think the good doctor there should have even included him in his speech, because two different situations. Mark's situation was something that happened to him out in the field, and just like Phil said, the good doctor there is all about bringing people to his place. And I'll say the same thing I say to somebody like, say, Todd Standing, where they make these great claims where all this stuff happens, and he's part of the Council of 12, but the only proof he has is, I'm not lying. You can believe me if you want to. And I don't think that's enough leg to stand on for him to make these kind of claims. So I think he needs to do a little bit better than that if he wants us to believe.
But what a dick. I mean, I got a hold of this, or this woman got a hold of me, telling me about this guy and saying that she has some concerns that this gentleman might be mentally ill. I mean, he had the nerve to say that. Yeah.
Yep.
Those are good guys, Trail to Bigfoot, and he had no right to even step in on that.
Well, he doesn't like it when other people take his limelight, does he?
No, and that's what it seemed like it was. It seemed like it's... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying that A Space NG with a nice little comment about Dr. J needing a kick in his deck.
Yes. He does. Primate Objective says that he's a cult leader, and he really does seem like that. Like, they're in the haunting community, there's a guy called Russ McCamey who has the same exact kind of feeling as when you watch Matthew Johnson, where everything is about him. If you're a hater, then you don't know anything. He calls them the low information crowd, which sounds like something that Matthew Johnson would probably do. Just a lot of the narcissism. Like, basically, this 36 minutes is him trying to educate you via repeating the same thing over and over and over again about why his interview is better than this other guy's interview.
Well, me and Phil interviewed Dr. J back in the day, and his entire thing sounded incredibly rehearsed, to say the least.
My thing is like, why isn't anybody asking about his mental health instead of the other guys? Like, why would they message him about the dude's mental health? They should really be asking him about his own mental health.
Nobody messaged him about that guy's mental health.
I know nobody did. He just got butthurt that another Squatch, person got on and and said something that was differing to what he said. And so he goes on this tangent where he I put on there, how many times is he going to tell you the difference between the 3 different Bigfoots? And there was at least 5. And just the way that he puts Bigfoots, it's crazy. It's like they're Mormons or something, and they're supposed to be like spreading the gospel of Jesus Christ. But like,
he went big time. He went big time, by the way, into how Bigfoot obviously are believers.
Yeah, he just went right up on it and just was like, they're supposed to be bringing people to Jesus, and I'm like, but they're Bigfoot. It's not like they're actually witnessing to people. They're hiding in the woods and throwing rocks at them, like whatever. So also he goes to talk about Bigfoot's like attacking him in his bedroom. He had one that was on his chest, and I was like, cool. So Matthew Johnson has sleep paralysis, obviously. And also, if all those Bigfoot are like tearing up his room and then having fights to get him out of the room, how does he still have furniture? Also, I've never heard of a Bigfoot getting off of a UFO. Like, I don't know. Is that something that's normal?
There are reports for that.
There are reports for that. See, I've never heard of one. So
there's one.
Yeah, primate objective.
There was one report. Yeah, Elizabeth Moldy Howe. She wrote about it in a book. Another gentleman wrote about it in a book. She stole it from the other guy, put it in her book, High Strangeness. But Elizabeth Moulton Howe talks about the incident involving the UFO here in Washington State. And I researched that quite a lot. I made a video about it. And that is basically the only I'm not even going to say verified because it's not verified, but it's the only story that has been written about and published in regards to UFO and Bigfoots.
Didn't Michael Merchant go on a tangent about that as well?
I have no idea.
Anyway, this isn't the Dr. Matthew Johnson show. We're going to move away from this.
Wait.
Yeah, I got one more thing too, but go ahead, Nikki.
Well, no, I was Prime Ape Objective. You would toss it up there. So what is this? One person got killed. What happened?
He took someone up for a faith healing, and they died recently.
Oh,
it's very sad.
That is sad.
I just it's really appalling that some people are willing to take advantage of people like that.
I agree.
But he is who he is. He's a deranged lunatic
who has superpowers, because he says that since he's like the 13th member of the council, he has mind speak as well. So he's part telepathic.
Say what you want about Rick Dyer, he has never killed anyone.
Yeah. So, real quick, Matthew Johnson likes to say, and he said it for a long time, about how many people get healed when they go up to his place, and all the way from cancer to, like you said, the diabetes thing. And I just like to say that if that were to be true, that's a little wrong. That like it's just him. Like, you have to go through him to go to a place to be healed, where there's a lot of people who probably could use that a little bit more than him. So those are some pretty big claims to just.
Well, it could be that Matthew Johnson sees himself as a kind of a Jesus. You have to go through him to be saved.
Yeah.
Well, he actually claimed to be Jesus in one of his videos once. I wrote a blog about it.
Now that I have not heard.
He compared himself to Jesus Christ.
Man.
And if this healing thing was true, he wouldn't still need to wear that knee brace that he always does. So that by itself, okay, we're going to move away from Matthew Johnson. I'm not even going to give him a dislike, because I don't want to give him any more attention than we already have. Do you have a commercial lined up for us?
Right here.
Right around the time I turned 40, my dick became soft and spongy, and I never used it anymore. My wife wouldn't even sit on my dick, and the neighbourhood cuds would all point and laugh. But that was before I discovered Schaefer's New Zealand-style dick hardener, from the makers of Schaefer's Dick Sealant. It keeps your dick nice and hard all year round in 3 simple steps. First, grab a neighbour to help you, because making your dick as hard as a rock can be a two-man job. Then, rub the dick hardener into your dick, hard and fast. And when you get tired, take a break and watch your neighbour rub your dick. It's fun to watch someone else rub your dick. And finally, simply wait for your dick to get hard while you think about all the fun times you'll have this year on your rock-hard dick. I've rubbed my dick raw with other inferior products, but that won't happen with Schaefer's dick hardener. Because Schaefer's is committed to your dick, and the people at headquarters do nothing but think about dicks all day long. In fact, Schaefer's now has an entire new line of products specifically formulated just for your dick. There's Schaefer's Dick Paint, for when you want to play around with having a different coloured dick. And if you want to get rid of your dick entirely and start from scratch, try Schaefer's Dick Remover. The unique acid formula will melt away your dick in no time. And if you don't think it'll work, ask me mum. She used to have a dick. Then she got rid of it when she met Dad. To be honest, I think Dad loved her more when she had a dick. It was enormous. But most importantly, be on the lookout for the world's first dick vacuum, Schaefer's New Zealand-style dick sucker. Because why should you pay two guys you don't know to show up in a van and suck your dick for you? Now you can suck your own dick. All you want. Hey, why not make yourself some extra money and suck everyone in the neighbourhood's dick while you're at it? So join us on social media and tweet us a picture of your dick using the hashtag #ShowUsYourDick. Oh look, we've already got some.
Show us your dicks, big and small. Here at Schaefer's we can take them all. A dick in the front, a dick in the rear. We've serviced dicks our entire career. Schaefer's, it's good for your wood.
Schaefer's New Zealand-style dick hardener. It's like Viagra for your dick.
Yeah, Schaefer's makes some great products for your deck.
They're the Rexall drug company of the dick world.
Mm-hmm.
Two things before we move on to our next story. Number one, ever-present, super awesome, super secret agent Stephanie 98.6 has gone ahead and created a wonderful little Facebook group for us for fans of the show. If you haven't already joined, feel free to join. And secondly, Nikki, give us some info on La Chupacabra.
There is new info on the Chupacabra. I can't even say it right now. 2 days ago, a local artist in Austin, Texas, made a T-shirt designed for COVID-19 relief. It is a Chupacabra. He is of Latin descent, and it says "Keep Austin Weird," and they're selling for $30 with free shipping, and all of it goes to COVID-19 relief. It's pretty awesome.
That is pretty awesome.
And
So
it's a pretty cool looking Chupacabra too. It's on a red T-shirt. He's pretty cool looking.
It's nice to see La Chupacabra taking a moment away from sucking goats to, doing something.
Giving
good
some
for
love, doing some good for the world.
Yeah.
Some recognition.
Mm-hmm.
We feel that where we live, La Chupacabra. Godspeed. Okay, so our next video is Goojwee, Bigfoot or Dogman. It's a 3-minute video. I like this. It's the right length. Let me say that. He just gives you a bunch of information. 3 minutes of information. Worth it. Worth a watch. I enjoyed it. Journey to the Other Side made it. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
It's a gorilla.
It's a gorilla.
I don't know.
Wow.
It's like it has been verified. It's like he talks about it's been verified as a class 3 Bigfoot. I'm like, verified by who?
Facebook find Bigfoot.
So it's like you really have to look at this thing and go, okay, he's really trying to pass this thing off, and I've never heard of it. So honestly, is this something new? Is this something that is newly quote unquote verified by somebody someplace that I've never heard of before? Or is this just BS? I don't know. I'm kind of going for the second one.
It's probably BS, but when someone verifies a new Bigfoot, we have to take them seriously because we are Bigfooters.
Hey, you take the best of both worlds. You got a Bigfoot, you got a dog man. Let's put them together and describe it and then come up with something new.
A dogfoot.
A big dog.
Bigfoot, half dog man, half werewolf. Unstoppable. the Dogfoot. Love that. That's a new character for my comic strip right there.
Yeah, look at him. It's a gorilla.
That is the Beast of Seven Shoots.
Yeah, for your comic strip, you can show the punchline as being everyone standing around with big question marks all over the place.
Wow, just throwing shade all over the place. But yeah, you're right. that would work perfectly. The Dogfoot, love it. Love everything about it. Chubbs, what do you think of this video?
Actually, I have heard of the Gugly before. A lot of reports come out of the Western United States, like California. I think this video is good just because if you haven't heard of it, it gives you some basic good information to put in your head. Where if you haven't heard of it, it'll But yes, it's basically a dog man spliced with a Bigfootish. So it's nothing new, but this isn't a new cryptid. Like I have heard of it for a long time, but it's just kind of like a Bigfoot mixed with a dog man. So
we'll just stick that right in the skinwalker category.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Half Bigfoot, half dogman, half werewolf. We love
all skinwalker.
We love it. All skinwalker. All awesome. I'm gonna give this video a like because I liked it. I like, less than 5-minute videos. Really helps my attention span. All right. Do we have another commercial lined up?
And here we go.
Beautiful day. I'd call it perfect, but it's missing something, don't you think? There it is. This morning just wasn't complete until your first cup of coffee, right? Yeah, there's nothing quite like a steaming cup full of an addictive drug in the morning.
I'm Roger, and I'd love to tell you about Horton brand warm addictive brown stuff.
Please enjoy this footage of velvety smooth beans, followed by a well-shot close-up of a hot brown liquid that's brewed by mixing heated water with the roasted, smashed-up seeds of a flowering shrub native to southern Africa and tropical Asia.
I only showed you that to remind you you desperately need your fix. How could you forget? You see, these small brown seeds are a naturally occurring source of the world's most widely consumed central nervous system stimulant, caffeine. While most brain-altering substances are outlawed or at least tightly controlled by the government, this entirely legal psychoactive drug is enjoyed by basically every person you know on a daily basis, completely unrestricted and with zero cultural stigma. In fact, it's openly celebrated by your friends, family, and morning television personalities. Smells so good. I can't wait to add flavors and sweetener to distract from the natural flavor of this thing I claim to love and not be addicted to.
I do like it. It's just that 2 sugars and that hazelnut creamer make it. I'm not addicted.
Junkies like him keep me, a harvester of brown seeds, in business. Hey, look! This burlap bag of beans has fair trade stamped on it.
That's good. Right?
Sure. Or at any rate, it lets you plausibly deny that your happiness fix relies on somebody else's misery. Now the only thing that'll keep you up at night is the central nervous system stimulant you consume on a daily basis via this mix of heated water and roasted, smashed up seeds.
Why are you doing this? Why are you telling us this?
You're really cranky when you haven't had your coffee. You know that?
Mm-hmm. I know I am.
That's right.
Coffee is life. They've done studies.
Yeah, I have.
All right.
About coffee.
So our next video comes from Long Island Bigfoot. This 6-minute video where he communes with the Sasquatch. Allegedly, there's a Bigfoot in this video. I didn't see it. And yeah, more of the same. Guys, what did you guys think?
Are you kidding me? I mean, really?
Well, I'd like to use people that nobody's heard of. I mean, this Long Island Bigfoot guy, he's only got like 430 subscribers. I like. Oh, he's on a.
Hey there, guys. Hey.
Right. I love that.
Hey,
Some
buddy.
of this is storm damage, and I'm like, you think? It's always storm damage. Like, it's literally always storm damage. But I really need to do that.
Where's this guy at again? Where is he at? I mean, honestly, where is he? Where's his search area at?
Long Island.
Yeah, Long Island, New York.
New York, yeah.
Oh, great. Yeah.
Hey, I won't hear a word said against New York Bigfoot research. Okay, Ryan Redding operates out of Long Island, out of New York. Okay, so, and you just don't get more top tier than Ryan Redding.
No, that's true. I hadn't even thought about that.
I'm just going to go into the woods.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I said I'm going to need to figure out how to get rid of my up next list because, wrestling videos, fishing, and video games.
You see at the bottom right of the actual video where you can make it full screen. Right next to it is one that makes it theaters. No, the next one, that one. Press it.
There we go.
Boom.
Oh,
you're welcome.
Thank you.
Nikki to the rescue.
I've been teaching Richard new things all day today.
Oh, have you now?
Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't know what yeet meant.
I didn't know what yeet meant, or OTP, or shipping, or mood.
Mood. Yeah, I got that.
We're not even talking about the Bigfoot video. That's how boring it is.
Okay. So I just want to walk through the woods and like talk to every shadow that I see. At one point, he's like, "Oh wow, there it is," and then all of a sudden, his camera actually went into focus, and it was just a shadow and a tree.
Hey, buddy.
Right.
I would love to go fishing in Australia. The GT, shark fishing. Barramundi. Oh, it's so much fun.
Every fish in Australia is going to kill you.
Everything in Australia will kill you. You have to have a list of non-dangerous animals. You get a list that says some of the sheep. You were supposed to laugh. Oh, you know what, Mike? Just whatever. Chubbs, what did you think of this video?
There, I did not see anything. If there was supposed to be something there, I didn't catch it. And he, like y'all said, he goes over storm damage, but does claim like the creatures did it. And I did go through some of his other videos, looked on his page, and he's pretty confident that he is talking to something, and they cloak, and they're all around him. So he's either really good at pulling legs or he's really convinced.
Well, I think in my opinion, he's delusional.
Agreed.
Okay. We think he's delusional.
Hey, what can I say?
Aw. You gave him a thumbs down. That's rude.
No, I'm sorry, but I think the guy's, playing hockey with a warped buck.
That's not his fault, though.
No, but I still think he has splinters in the windmills of his mind. So,
but he still could be. He still could be thinking he's talking to him. So,
well, thus the delusional part of the equation.
Right, but I personally didn't see anything there.
I'm going to go ahead and do that for all future videos, a like or a dislike, based on whether or not we liked or disliked. I think that's fair. Okay, final commercial of the night, Phil.
Hey, you, my friend, you unpopular? When you see somebody you know on the street, does he cross over to the other side? Are you unpopular with the ladies? Well, get yourself a bottle of Dr. Kitchener's 89 antiseptics. Then you rinse your mouth with 3 quarts of water every day. Man, he's make your mouth feel so clean and cool, you will not be afraid to kiss nobody. No, sir. With that Kitchener's, you will always feel safe and sound like a pool dough in a canary's cage.
You can depend on any drug product that bears the name Rexall.
Yep, had to throw one of those in.
For life, bro.
Good old Rexall.
Good old Rexall. Can't be. All right, so now, ladies and gentlemen, if you listen to no other video from tonight, listen to this one. Sit back, close your eyes, dim the lights, and bask as melted honey is poured into your ear.
Amen.
Matt
He's got a great voice.
Relays another cryptid tale. This one about a Bigfoot attacking the Okefenokee Swamp, and a story about the Ozark Howler. The Ozark Howler is one of my favorite cryptids, being that nobody knows anything about it except what it might look like. But this is some good quality cryptid tales. When we first started this show, I encouraged people with Bigfoot stories to get in touch with Matt Knapp. I still do that. Please get in touch with him. The email is here. Oh, no, it's not. It's at the beginning of the video. And yeah, he's got a great voice and he tells the stories with passion. It's a good video. Loved it. I'm not even going to wait to hear what you guys think. We'll give this one a thumbs up right now. Thumbs up.
I liked it. It was good.
Awesome.
I love his narrating. It was great.
The thing is that if there could be any such thing as a Bigfoot expert, it would be Matt Knapp. And he always finds the best stuff to talk about or relay. And this is a piece of history. I mean, this goes back to, the early 19th century, where this story comes from. And he does a great job in retelling it. I mean, if you talk about a video, just the quality of the video, what's worth watching, what's worth listening to, this is it. 2 thumbs up. I give it 2 because I have 2 hands. I'm going to give it 2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up from Power Breakdown, a man that ruins literally every Bigfoot video. Nikki, how did you feel about this?
I loved it. I love listening to Matt Knapp anyway, and I really enjoyed it. I do not find, I've subscribed, I don't find any of these boring. I just enjoy them.
I've been trying to get him on the show for the longest time, but he's always busy on a Saturday night.
No, he's too smart for that.
Yeah.
Love to have him.
We're just gonna all fawn over him anyway.
You just can't. I'm just saying. We're just saying what it is. We're just saying. This is the way it drops.
Yeah, he's got a great voice and it's a great story. Loved it. Chubbs, what did you think?
First, I do agree with you guys. Thumbs up. Matt's great, but for me, I shouldn't say but there's so many channels out there and so many people with stories. The way Matt presents it and the way he talks, you can close your eyes and actually picture you're there. Like, he does a great job of putting you in the place, and it makes the stories more interesting, which brings more attention to the stories, which is always good for what we're looking for in this field. So yeah, 2 big thumbs up.
I would say this time of year, late at night, if you're out in the backyard and you got a nice little fire going, you got a couple of drinks, just throw this video on and listen to it.
Yeah.
Nice and relaxing. We can all agree on that. Okay. That'll wrap us up for this week. We will return next week, despite the hopes of many. We had a record number of viewers this week. Thank you all for tuning in.
Yes, thank you.
No questions that I heard. But please, in the future, if you've got any questions, ask here or in the brand new Facebook group created by Stephanie at 98.6. Phil, you got any cool breakdown coming out this week?
Not really. I've been sick.
Aww.
No. Chubbs, what are you reviewing this week?
This week we are doing the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. My personal favorite in that franchise.
Nice. Nikki, what are you up to this week?
Studying for my exam.
Studying for exam. Neat. Well, all right then. For those of you who don't know, Nikki recently passed graduation to become a surgical tech. We're all very proud of her and the hard work she put in.
Congrats.
Yep, just have to finish my certification now.
So yeah, we are all off to polish our deck now.
Yep,
Right.
me too.
We're gonna give that deck a damn good polish.
I've got a giant deck. You guys would be jealous if you saw it.
So later, everyone. Bye bye.
Bye, everyone.
Good night.